Hey, everybody! Welcome to episode 32 of the Heart of Markness podcast. I don't know if you heard all that noise because all the tracks that I have saved for the podcast all started at once. So there were two live performances while I was talking in my ears, and I hope they weren't in yours. But looking at, well, who knows? If they were, consider it a gift. Howdy, episode 32, and this is a good one. First of all, I'm not on death's door in 150 different ways anymore, which is dandy. I'm walking again without a cane. Hooray, although I still carry it with me in case my knee goes kathud. That's nice. Constant agony has now reduced to general existential angst. That's nice. I can breathe again. I can breathe again. That's nice, although this fucking thing that I got from the hospital is still sticking around like 2 weeks later a little bit. It's bonkers. It's one of those things that just lingers. But I'm on, my blood pressure is out of the holy shit range. I mean, it was so high that when they were reading it at the hospital, the machine beeped and like turned red and was like, this dude's dying. But that's no longer happening. It's down to a human level, thanks to medications, which is great. Although it turned out the first medication they gave me, I was allergic to. So I had fucking terrifying couple of nights where I would wake up with my heart just beating like crazy, pouring sweat, vertigo. That's fun. And just completely like, what the fuck's happening? What the fuck's happening? And like muddle-headed in a way that my brain, given my history and my pastimes, woke up and was like, dude, you ate too many edibles. You'll be fine. You're not going to die. Which was great because it went on for hours and it was shitty. And it was to the point where I was just like sitting, there was no one home. And I'm like, should I call somebody? Is this one of those things? I'm going to feel like an asshole if I call an ambulance and it's nothing. But I was fucked up. And then I was like, how could I have eaten too many edibles when it's been like 10 hours since I had the edibles and I didn't have that much. So it was a fucking cuckoo night. So I ended up sleeping for like 90 minutes. Because at like 4 in the morning, I just asked the universe, like, hey, can you just please slow down my heart? Because I gotta get some sleep. And the instant I did that, my heart slowed down. So that was nice. I'm like, okay, thank you. And I went to sleep for 90 minutes or one REM cycle, which is all I was asking for. And went to work and was a goddamn dullard all day. Like stupid mistakes. Like transcribe numbers and just dumb shit like, hey, you didn't do like 4 of the 7 steps you need to do to process this. Like, oops, sorry. People were super nice. My work was super nice. Everybody was really giving and kind, which makes me feel weird. Because I have a hard time asking for help, I guess. But it was nice. It was touching. And gonna be living healthier. I mean, it's not like I was terrible, although I guess I am terrible. I'm fat, like American fat. And I guess I can't be anymore. So, oh well. I was eating better and exercising more anyway. Slowly, very slowly. But now, okay. I want to be healthy. The rest of my blood work's okay. So that's good. I'm not diabetic. My heart's not dying. Everything seems to be pretty cool. So, got to lose weight, get in shape, or in better shape, which is good anyway. So yay, thank you for the people who were concerned and contacted me. That was really touching as well. I know a million people have it a million times worse, but, you know, it sucked. So, alrighty then. Tonight, I had a hard time coming up with tonight's topic because I'm having a hard time finding the shit that I want. It's not as easy as it used to be, folks. I'm just going to have to reach out to people, which I have the same problem doing as I do asking for help. Of just contacting people in the community and being like, hey, do you happen to have any of them Crooked Vulture shows? Like this one, or this one? And if so, can I get a copy of it? Por favor. That's not really horrible. It's what the community does every day. And I don't know why I'm such a pussy about it. But I am. So I'm still working on the Them Crooked Vultures thing. Really into it. I want to do that podcast, that episode on its own, and not part of the Jonesy retrospective. It just takes. I know the things that I want, and I don't want to settle. So I want to try and get the best sources because a higher quality source makes it so much more enjoyable. So, blah, blah, blah. Well, that brings us to tonight. Oh, and in my search for tonight, I downloaded a trillion shows that had nothing to do with the podcast, really. I mean, they did. But tonight's was almost a 1978 David Bowie concert, kind of as a palate cleanser. Or a 1975 Pink Floyd concert, because everybody likes Pink Floyd. But I didn't do that. But what I did do, aside from in the big clutch of shows that I downloaded a Coverdale Page show because I'm going to do a Coverdale Page one. I downloaded the Page Plant concert that I went to in Portland in '95 because memories. I don't think it was a spectacular show for that tour. And that tour itself, the '95 tour, was good. I mean, it was really good, but it wasn't that, oh my God, Jimmy's all the way back. They still had another guitarist. Jimmy was still getting shit-faced and doing dumb shit. But it was, I mean, it was Page Plant. It was excellent, but it wasn't like '98 tour, holy shit. '96 tour, holy shit. '94, '95 tour, yeah, I saw them. They were cool. Like when I saw them, I did not lose my shit until in the evening, in the middle of in the evening, when they all come back in with the Egyptian percussionists and stuff, and it just gets that real funky underneath the whole song. And yeah, that's when I lost my shit. But that's, I mean, three-quarters of the way through the show, if not 5/8 or 7/8, 9/8, I don't know, almost over. And I mean, the rest of the show, I was like, oh, that's nice. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's really nice. Oh, cool. But then when they got to that in the evening, it was like, Zeppelin. So I got that show, which I'll probably feature, unless it really isn't that inspiring or the recording's not that good. But tonight, he says 7.5 minutes into the episode. Well, you know what the title is. It's scrolling across your screen. Is the Robert Plant show that I saw in 1993, the Fate of Nations tour, November 20th, I think, 93. And that was the show where my buddy swore he saw Jimmy Page over by the soundboards. And I'm like, fuck you. Well, it turns out he did. And this is the night where the Page Plant Unleaded project was born. And it's funny because just like 2 weeks later, Jimmy's playing in Japan with Coverdale Page. That must have been a bummer to be like, hey, Jimmy, you ready to go? Yeah, David. Yeah. Yeah, this project's over. So anyways, this is an excellent show. It was as excellent as I remembered it. I remember being blown away. I'd seen Robert in 1990, and it was good. I mean, he delivered. He was Robert Plant, but I'm a Jimmy guy. I did not see him in 1988, although I had tickets because he played the Worcester Centrum on October 30th, 88, and Jimmy had played on the 29th, and I saw that, and that was the best thing that ever happened to me in my entire life. And then I was like, I just saw Jimmy Page at Led Zeppelin level proficiency playing Led Zeppelin songs for the first time in the 80s. Well, actually, on the tour of Europe, yeah, fuck off, I know, you know what I mean. It was great. And then I was like, you want to see Robert Plant tonight? I'm like, nope. Because it was the tall, cool one thing, which I'm like, oh, midlife crisis. Even then, when I was 20 years old and just a super prick, I was like, oh, that's just midlife crisis. He grew his hair out. He wasn't selling as many albums. And now this is where he just tries to be relevant again. Didn't do it for me. Didn't buy it. Jimmy and he worked together, obviously in 88 again. But long story short. Sorry, fellas. The 93, fucking phenomenal tour. I love Fate of Nations. It's my favorite Robert album. This band is basically the Page Plant band, minus Page, plus a million other guys. There's the keyboard player, I think Phil Johnstone, who was the keyboard player from the Tall Cool One days. There were 3 guitarists on stage. I know that. And to my shame, I can't remember any of their names, although maybe Francis Dunnery? Why don't you look it up, Mark? I don't want to. I am going to look it up. Hang on a sec. And I'm also going to pee. Ha! And we're back. See, to you, no time has passed. And yet to me, it was an eternity. Yeah, this show is great. This show is great. I had a wonderful time. I think it's neat that Jimmy was there. And even the notes from the show itself that came with the recording confirm that, which is nice. So you're going to listen to this, and in some small way, you're going to hear a recording of me in that roar of the crowd from November 20th, 1993. Let's listen to 29 Palms, because I love that song. I know it's pop. I know it's just chorus, bridge. It doesn't matter. It's a pretty song. Robert's voice is great in it. Robert's voice is great in this concert. And I think it's even better than it was in Page Plant. I think there was some level, putting on my psychiatrist hat here. I think there was a certain level of ambivalence to this whole Page Plant tour. And that kind of maybe kept Robert from maybe giving 100%. Here, his band is tight. His band is really good, enjoyable, and soulful. There's really good soul in this show. So, all right, we're coming up on 11 and a half minutes of me bullshitting. But I'm going to talk more because I just remembered something else. Going back a few episodes to the 1973 Southampton gig that Zeppelin did. Like I said, it was a really good recording. Robert wasn't in great voice, but it had almost like a laid-back vibe to it. I saw a picture of them on stage, and I know why it was laid back. The stage was about the size of 2 king-size beds. It was a tiny little theater and a tiny little stage. They were all almost standing next to each other, almost shoulder to shoulder. So it was small and intimate, and because it was small and intimate, it was a small theater on their one of their Return to the Clubs tours, and it can't help but affect it because you're not striding across this giant stage. You're not filling this enormous cavernous theater or stadium. It's a small theater that you can see the back of. Like you can probably see the face of the guy in the back row. So in one hand, that's great and cool, but that's why that show sounds a little bit laid back, although still awesome. So wanted to share that with you. Now let's listen to 29 Palms, Robert Plant, Boston, Massachusetts, November 20th, 1993. Boink.
Go to Texas anymore. Home, home, home. Oh. Well, Boston. Well, it's been a long time, actually, since I played in the city of Boston. It's nice to be back inside the warmth of Boston, Massachusetts. You been okay? You feel pretty good? You wanna get down? Do you like James Brown? Do you like Garth Brooks? Be careful. The people you work with are buying Garth. Subscribing to the American dream. An F-100 pickup truck. I just bought one. It's great to be back here. This is a song from the new, most recent departure, Faded Nations.
Tell me that wasn't fun. Tell me your toe wasn't tapping. Great performance. Great performance. Love the hot dog bit. Just got into town today to find my girl has gone away. Oh, so good. So good, so good. I hope you like it. Okay, well, moving along, we have one other song I'm going to play you. Beware, it's a 17-minute song. I know, for a Robert Plant concert, what's it going to be? He did do Whole Lotta Love, and that was fun. I'm not going to play that, though, because it's just Whole Lotta Love. And Whole Lotta Love without Jimmy is, why. Robert's voice is great, but... and I do remember in one song, Robert played a guitar solo. It was a very Neil Young guitar solo. And I think it might be in... Man, I don't know. I think it might be in this song I'm going to play you, the 17 minutes. I'm not sure. This is In the Mood. I'm in the mood for a melody. Which is, it's pretty. But what makes this worth listening to, and what makes this worth listening to, even though it's 17 minutes long, is it gets real soulful, and he plays a song that I can't, it's on the tip of my tongue. And I Googled like the lyrics that I could hear, and Google is like, was it Nas? I'm like, no, motherfucker, it wasn't Nas. So I don't know what song it is. If somebody knows, please tweet me, email me, Facebook me, I don't know, send a Hogwarts owl, something, because it's driving me bananas. But he does, for what it's worth, the Buffalo Springfield song in the middle of it, and not in the Zeppelin way, back the way that Buffalo Springfield way. He sings it in the way Steven Still sings it. Very nice. God, he does another song too. What is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? All right. Let's blame it on the blood pressure medication and the poor perfusion of blood in my brain, from which I'm suffering until my brain adapts. And that sucks because it makes me dumber and sleepy all the time. Shit, that's going to drive me crazy. What other song he does? Anyway, this is a wonderful set piece. It starts off with In the Mood, which is a nice song. And then it morphs into this really soulful piano song that Robert nails. And it goes into a very brief, almost theremin-y wah-wah solo, which I don't know if they do that every night or if they did it because Jimmy was in the audience, because it was very, very Jimmy Page derivative. And if they did do it every night now as Jimmy, I'd be like, really? Really? You don't need me? But if it was tongue-in-cheek, it was really, really cute. The way that Jimmy was tongue-in-cheek in the '88 tour when he did Custard Pie, and in the middle of Custard Pie, he did bits of every song that Robert sampled in Tall Cool One. So he threw The Ocean in there, he threw Black Dog in there, and stuff. Super cute and super, tongue-in-cheek. So let's get to it. let's get to In the Mood, November 20th, 1993. You guys are really going to like this. If you're driving and you have, 20 more minutes on your drive, I think this is going to make your drive wonderful. It seems real. It's chill, enjoyable, and this is a very, very good recording. Just I would say it's excellent, maybe excellent minus. Everything's really clear. It's low generation, so everything's really distinct. There's not distortion or loss. So I hope you enjoy it. Let's listen to it. Man, I love this. It made me so happy. All right, guys. See you in a bit. In about what? About 17 minutes. All right, bye.
your so-called friends pass you by. When the dark clouds are gone, it's really all at once. Every time I see you smile, baby, oh, tears that filled your eyes, and all the fish that lay in dirty water died, had they got you hypnotized. Something happening here. What it is in a separate claim. There's a man who's got over there. He's telling me I've got to beware. What a field day for the heat. 1,000 people in the street, singing songs in the carriage inside. Mostly say hooray for our time. Yes, I think it's time you better stop. And what's that sound? Everybody is slowing down. Still going down, still going down, still going down, still going down. Outside my window, strange things come every day. Outside my window, strange come every day. Oh, so very, 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 very strange. Strange. So very, very, very strange. You've got to pick up any stitch. You've got to pick up any stitch. You've got to pick up every stitch, huh? Mouth said, must be the season of the day. Season of the year. Season of the year. I can run it on the wall, I can put it on the door, I can do anything that you want me for if you want to. Do it right, do it, do it right, do it right, do it. You want me to, well, you want me to. You want me to, baby. You want me to. Amen. Oh, that is why, baby, 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 baby. Oh, I am in the mood. So down again, sit down, just get down, just get down, like this, say, have mercy.
Tell me that wasn't wonderful. Ah, I love it because he has the rapport with the audience, and then that we're eating out of the palm of his hand. And I love it at the end when they're winding it up with the piano, the soulful, soulful, soulful sound, and the guy just goes rah, and Robert goes amen, and just keeps going. So good, man, man. He works the stage. I loved it. I hope you loved it too. I'm happy. Hope you're happy too. So yay, we did Robert Plant, Zeppelin related. Next week, who knows what I'll do? Who knows what I'll do? I do have some really good shows in the pipe, but I reserve the right to do other shows if they're really amazing and I want you to hear it. So, putting it out there. It's going to be 95% Zeppelin or Jimmy related, because that's what it is. But there will be some other stuff. I do want to play that David Bowie show at some point because it's great. I would like to play some Pink Floyd because they're great. Things that come along. I wish I could play some Allman Brothers with Eric Clapton because holy shit. But the Allman Brothers, I don't believe, dig the illicit taping. I think they sell their own live recordings. So that's probably not cool. Which is all right. No worries. So thank you guys. It's nice to be feeling better. I feel like I'm back to my more ebullient self. Lots of levity, hopefully. Okay, listen. Follow me on Twitter, heartofmarkness.com. And listen, thank everybody. I thank everybody who likes it when I post my podcast and likes it. That's fantastic. If you would, sorry about that. I bumped the mic stand. I hope that wasn't loud. If you would, if you're of a mind to, if you're amenable to it, in addition to liking it, if you like the tweet, if you would also retweet it and spread the word, I want to grow the flock, as it were. And, this is how it's done. If you guys like what I'm doing, spread the word. So if you see me on Twitter and you like it when I post my podcast, if you could retweet it so that everybody that follows you can see it as well, that's humongous, guys. I'm also on Facebook, Heart of Markness on Facebook. Join the group. It's fun. All that stuff there and more. And let's get some dialogue going. Yo. What else? Heartofmarkness.com, my website. There's stuff there too as well. I am putting together, at least in my noodle, a Patreon thing where it'll probably be, additional shows, additional content, additional episodes for patrons or something. I won't take anything away because that's dickish and I don't want to. But, it's part of the whole thing. I like doing this. I'd like to do it more. I'd like to do it better. And I'd like to do it on better equipment. Now I've got the mic. The mic is fucking great. All right, we're set on the mic. But the laptop is 9 years old. It's great. It's solid. But, if it goes sideways, there'll be a problem. Anyways, blah, blah, blah. Thank you. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. I hope everybody's enjoying the holiday season, whether or not you celebrate it or whatever you celebrate it. Who cares? I hope your life is good. You guys make my life better by listening. It means a lot to me. It means the world to me, in fact. So, until next week, thank you. Be nice, and I hope the world is great to you. Bye-bye.